is that stuff?
Moth wings, I guess. Moths are the new wasps.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago we were sweeping up wasps. Hey there, lovely people. Welcome back to the lovely place. This is Sean, and today I'm up here with Mrs. Lovely, and we're about to do a project that needs to be done again. I've done it once, but we are getting very close now to putting together our water catchment system and plumbing the pipes down to the tanks. So in the very near future, we're going to be servicing the tractor, getting the oil change, and then I'm going to be working this area, move all this stuff out of the way, get some gravel down, get those larger tanks over here. Those are going to get moved over to a couple carports that we're going to build. But today we've got to clean these gutters out and get them prepped and ready for gutter guards that I'm going to purchase and put on and keep these leaves out. Now, of course, we're in the middle of February, and so there are no more leaves coming down, but there's always limbs coming down. And when I get up there, I'm going to show you another concern I've got, and we're going to try to figure out a solution so that our water is nice and clean. Obviously, it'll go through filtration and things like that, but we're going to be drinking this water, so we want it as clean from the beginning as we can get it. Yeah, I'm glad Mrs. Lovely has Spider Girl reflexes and she jumped out of the way. Yeah, don't set stuff on top of this. That was just a lesson to you. I didn't want you to make that mistake, so I thought I would set that whole thing up just so we could have this accident. Kind of like I had that accident yesterday and about tore my thumb off. And no, the fact is I'm just prone to accidents constantly, so live and learn, right? Hopefully nothing like that will happen while I'm up there. So I want to make sure we get all of our pins in our outriggers to prevent another accident. So I think the answer is just slow down, think through it, do things right, don't make a mistake that you'll regret. Okay, time to build up. I'm gonna get it in position first, and then we'll build up from here. So I'll start on this end and work my way down there with the clean. Lock all these casters into place. I like turning these wheels in different directions so they are locked and it's kind of more stable, locking it in opposite directions as much as possible. All right, let's get up there. So I picked up this handy little scooper at the Home Depot, and hopefully that will get in there and help me get it cleaned out quickly. Got all my pins in. Safety first, right? Perfect. All right, you can see where we mounted our bracket to support our chimney pipe up there. It's holding good. As you can see, this thing is stuffed full all the way down. Same on the other side, so we got our work cut out for us. Let's get these gloves on. Okay, what we need to do is get something I can throw these leaves into. I think we've got a container in the barn. So before we get started, what I was talking about when I was down on the ground earlier is the solution. The problem that I've got is a very dirty roof. And of course that's from all the leaves, the trees, the pollen, the dust from the 100-acre farm behind me. And it concerns me that when they do pesticides back there, or anything else, fertilizer, that obviously there's a lot of that might land on my roof. And so what I intend to do is try to time it so that when they're doing those kinds of things, that maybe I come up here with a pressure washer and I clean the roof shortly after that. Of course, before we start harvesting water, I want to get this clean to begin with. I guess what I'd like to do is get a long pole, something that I could extend, maybe like a pole that you put a pool net on when you're cleaning out your swimming pool. Extend it all the way up there, spray some water up there. I don't want it to get into the ridge vent, or the ridge cap inside there, because water will get down inside the ceiling area in the attic once we have that completed. So I'm gonna have to figure out a good way. If anybody's got a solution, a thought on getting this clean and keeping it clean, and especially after they do any farm pesticide stuff, I want to make sure that that does not get into our water. This ought to do the trick. So let's see if this little scooper will fit in here. It fits in. It's getting this out of this area that's a challenge. And so I tell you, the concern I've got is that this metal overlaps this gutter too much. Let's measure this and see how far that's actually overlapping it. So the gutter goes all the way back 2.5 inches. It's coming out 2.5 inches. That's about a 1/2 inch more than it at the maximum that I was told that it should. So what I'm probably gonna want to do is come up here with my grinder and potentially take this back about 1.5 inches or so. And that's going to give me the ability to get better gutter guards on here as well, I think, because the gutter guards has to slide up under this metal section, and that's going to be a lot of work going down through here with the grinder and cutting all that metal in a nice straight line. Another time I got to put the scaffolding together and get up here, but in the meantime we just got to get it cleaned. So that's what we're going to do. That is a tight fit. Once we get all the leaves out the best we can, we're going to get the blower. We're gonna blow it out real good. We got rain coming in tonight, so hopefully that'll wash out this gutter nice and make it a lot cleaner. This is very doable. It's just a little time consuming. So let's cue the music. I could just try blowing it out, but I'd make a bigger mess on the ground. So I'm just gonna scoop it and I don't know, let's give it a shot and see what happens. Yeah, we're getting a mess down there, but we can clean it up down there easier than we can clean it up here. Too bad that I got to come down and move it, but I do see that we're practically halfway down the building with this one spot, so that's not going to require us moving it too many times. All right, well, let's get down. I'd say we're pretty close to where we need to be. Might be a little bit too far. All right, see what we got. Scoop a little more. Wow, that's just pushing the leaves back the other direction. Well, I threw a couple leaves down there that I'm gonna have to go back and get, and so blowing is just kind of, you know, it just throws the leaves everywhere. So you might throw some back in a direction that you've already been. You don't want to have to go back there again on the scaffolding. So it's a pain in the neck to do that. I think scooping is my best alternative, I really do. If we had running water up here, we would certainly run a water hose here with high pressure or even pressure wash it. So we're gonna have to bring water up here when we do pressure wash this area. All right, get back down. All right, right, so we've had this container under the gutter opening up top so that when the water comes down, it's not making a hole in the ground. It's just filling this up and slowly water falling out. I've got to siphon this out, get it gone so I can move my scaffolding on down this direction. So let's do it. Hopefully this little charger here will have some AC power that we can hook this little wet dry vac up to and get a suction on this siphon here. The end of this thing has these little holes, so it's made just to do this with. There's a lot of leaves in there, so hopefully it won't stop it up. It's working. It may take a minute. Well, while this is slowly draining, Mrs. Lovely had a brilliant idea, as she always does. She said, why don't we just go around to the other side, do the other side while we're waiting on that side of that tank to drain, and we can come back over here and wrap it up. So that's the plan. Oh yeah, same deal all the way down. I don't know about you, but I feel better when my mind is not in the gutter. Don't you, Mrs. Lovely?
I definitely feel better when your mind's not in the gutter.
Yeah, our minds should never be in the gutter. Now, I don't want to blow those leaves up into the ridge vent, but that's exactly what I'm doing. All right. So at that time I blew a bunch of leaves up on the roof that are going to find their way back down to the gutter. But that'll just be a few leaves. When I come up to do the gutter guard, I can get those out. You know, when we were real excited and bought our 60 acres, I don't think I was envisioning this. Oh, so here's the reality, folks. It's all part of life, ain't it? All right, this is the last part on this side of it, and then we got to go back and get that other side, that last section. Hopefully it's drained by now. I had to shed my jacket. It's starting to get a little warm. Well, only because I'm working, that's all. Otherwise it's getting chillier actually. Where's the hog? I don't know. There's two of them. So if you can see it over there, there's one up that way. Right between those two tree limbs. They're going over there. There's one over that way. There's three. They're just gliding around up there in the wind. Gorgeous. Yeah, there's the other one. So there's the other. I see three. I hope you guys can see them. Oh. Maybe. All right, let's keep going. I want to show you something. So the scoop, seems like I've got a little bit more aerial here. This one's not cut. This one's good. There's more width here. That only goes back, let me get my tape measure. So this side is, well, it's about 2 1/4 inches. Yeah, so it's a 1/4 inch difference. That made a big difference, actually, just a 1/4 inch. So the more space you can have, probably the better. This thing seems awful wobbly over here. The other part seems very sturdy. I guess there's just not a lot of weight on it. Seems to be fine. So you can see the hole that we made up that way. So that's where we're going to attach the gutter, the downspout, I mean. It'll actually be the PVC pipe that will go into our rain catch. We'll show the whole thing here in the near future. I may come up here when I'm doing the gutter guards and secure this a little more solid up here. All right, I'm gonna blow this out, see if we can clean it up just a little bit more before I get down. Looks good. All right, we carried it back around here. Let's see if this is drained. Oh yeah, good to go. There's a trick, didn't it? When I purchased my Ryobi water pump, battery operated cordless pump, it came with this. Looks like my cornflakes this morning. Okay, this is it, y'all. This is the last section. All right, there's that. Still looking good. This one seems to be just as rattly as the other side, so I guess that's normal. When weight is put on it, it's nice and strong, so I think we're okay. But we'll just maybe put a little extra support in there later anyway. Really wish I could wash this out right now. That'll have to wait. Let's blow it out. That'll do it, y'all. That's got us cleaned, and finally we got my mind out of the gutter.
It's about time.
All right, let's clean up a little bit. Well, lovely people, we got it done. And it's one little project off the list I can check off. Got to get my scaffolding put away and go grab a quick bite to eat, come back and do a little bit more, and then we'll call it a day. But it's been nice spending a little time with you. Thanks for joining us here at the lovely place. And if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. We do a lot more than clean out nasty gutters. We're trying to create a homestead here, and the goal is to create a self-sufficient homestead so that we can have gardens, again, have water that's not connected to the county or the city, electricity with solar, and a lot of great things, animals, livestock. We've got a lot to do. We have to really get busy and stay focused. All we can do is a little at a time, so we're doing our best to make it happen, but we've got a nice little start here, if you ask me. And I'm very happy and feel very blessed that we've got this little barn. Gonna make it into a little tiny house so that we can come up here and work, clean up, eat, take care of things while we get to the point where we can eventually build us a home out here. But I guess all the other things are coming before the home. We just don't quite know how we're going to tend a garden and livestock without living here. So we got some things to figure out, but I sure hope that you'll come back and join us again. And we look forward to seeing you next time. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Thanks.